New homes after 200 dogs were removed from one property this week in Putnam County. Some of the dogs were adopted out today. Tonight, how the county says it was able to get the dogs ready for adoption so quickly.
Under a tall tree, a community in Palaca gathered for a pet adoption event.
We came to look and we ended up with the dog.
Up for adoption, some of the dogs rescued from a hoarding case. Since Wednesday, 208 dogs have been seized from one elderly woman's home in Interlochen.
Yes, this is one for the ones from Interlochen.
We were looking at the smaller dogs,
but only 2 hours into Friday's event, Colleen Hallister found out that all 35 dogs here from the hoarding case had been adopted out. Lucky for her, the Putnam County Animal Control Services had brought out all of its adoptable shelter dogs to the event as well.
But the large public turnout today has given us an opportunity to showcase some of those really sweet large dogs.
Some of you reached out to me with concerns about it being too early to adopt out some of these dogs, saying, don't they need to be vaccinated? And what about spaying and neutering? So I took your concerns to the folks who are operating this event.
You can only adopt an animal if you agree and attest that you're going to make provisions to have that animal spayed and neutered. So people are selecting an animal they're interested in, they're taken to the vet that's inside the trailer.
Inside that trailer was veterinarian Elizabeth Vodovic.
We've been vaccinating for distemper, parvo, rabies, and bordetella. We've been giving them broad spectrum intestinal dewormers, and for many we've been sending home flea medication.
On hand, free grooming as well. The sheriff's office says most of the dogs from the hoarding case, 170 of them, went to rescue groups around the area. And by the end of the day, 50 dogs total were adopted, 35 of them from the hoarding case. As for the shelter dogs, not a single one is going back to the shelter. And Hollister has one of them.
we did get a big one, but she was so sweet and so shy, we couldn't leave her.
Animal control officers are still retrieving more dogs from the hoarding case on that 10-acre property in Putnam County. Also, donations and food supplies are still needed.